3 books from Mieko Kawakami all in 1 year, which is so surprising and I was not expecting it. But I had never read Mieko Kawakami until this year. Excuse any background noise, my windows are open, and I just sort of fell in love with her writing, her work. My first foray into her world. So if you don't know who Mieko Kawakami is, but I'm sure if you are clicking on this you probably do, she is a Japanese author, Japanese writer, and a lot of people have said that she in some ways is a sort of spiritual successor of Haruki Murakami, who is one of the most famous Japanese authors, I would say. I'm not sure if I would agree with that, but definitely if you like Murakami, there's a sort of a good chance that you will like her work. But I wouldn't say that they're very, very similar. I think she is a really great novelist, writer, and of course I'm talking about this, her work is translated obviously, so I don't know necessarily if I would get all the nuances of the Japanese, but I think her work is translated very beautifully. And the first book that I started with was All the Lovers in the Night. And if you are looking to get into her writing, I think Breast and Eggs is her most famous novel, and it was certainly one that I was looking for a long time. But yeah, I just started with this one, and I actually think this is, well, for me, it was a great foray into her work. It is about a freelance proofreader in her 30s, Fuyuko Iri, and she's living alone and unable to form any meaningful relationships. She has little contact with anyone other than her colleagues, but a chance encounter with a man named Mitsutsuka awakens something new in her. As Fuyuko starts to see the world in a different light, painful memories from her past begin to resurface. Fuyuko needs to be loved, to be heard, and to be seen, but living in a small world of her own making, will she find the strength to bring down the walls that surround her? Pulsing and poetic, modern and shocking, this is an unforgettable novel from Japan's most exciting writer. Very true. It's really beautiful. I think that the way that Mieko writes loneliness, and specifically like just sadness and like all these different emotions, is really beautiful, and she has such a beautiful poeticism to her writing. I absolutely love this. This is probably one of my favorite books of this year that I read. I am currently in the midst of Breast and Eggs. I had taken a break to read Sally Rooney's Intermezzo, but I finished that, and so I'm back reading Breast and Eggs. I really, really love this novel, and it kind of wasn't what I was expecting, but it is so interesting, and I really love the way that Mieko writes female characters and women in general and relationships between women. I think it is so real and raw and authentic and just really amazing, and I'm really, really loving this. This is a really great read, but obviously it's probably double the size of All the Lovers in the Night. And then this new book, well, new for me, that I just picked up I think yesterday, is Heaven. This is another one of her works that I think a lot of people have read, and a lot of people I've seen a lot on TikTok as well. This is a little bit different. These two books have female protagonists who are much older, in their sort of 30s or late 30s, and this novel primarily focuses on teenagers and has to do with school bullying. So I don't know if I read what Breast and X was about, but basically it follows 3 women, 30-year-old Natsuko, her older sister, and her teenage daughter in Tokyo. And her sister has traveled to the city in search of a breast enhancement surgery she thinks will change her life. And these 3 women slowly confront their individual anxieties as well as their relationships. And then years later, we're reunited with Natsuko. She's now a writer and finds herself on a journey back to her native city, returning to memories of that summer and her family's past as she faces her own uncertain future. A radical and intimate portrait of contemporary working class womanhood, and it recounts the heartbreaking journeys of 3 women in a society where the odds are stacked against them. So really great read. This is about a 14-year-old boy in a Japanese school subjected to relentless torment for having a lazy eye. He chooses to suffer in silence instead of fighting back. The only person who understands what he's going through is a female classmate, Kojima, who experiences similar treatment at the hands of her bullies, providing each other with consolation at a time in their lives when they need it most. The 2 young friends grow closer than ever, but what ultimately is the nature of a friendship when your shared bond is terror? Wow, that sounds really amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if they make this into a movie or a drama one day. But yeah, I just want to show you my Mieko Kawakami collection, and I'm so happy to have all of her novels. I think there might be another one actually that is also more recent. Yeah, let me know if you've read any of her works and what you think. And I think I'll be doing some reviews as well, more longer reviews coming soon. So yeah, subscribe and you can read my newsletter. I'll share a post that I wrote about Mieko Kawakami on my Substack, and follow my book Instagram as well. Little book community on there, and I'll see you soon. Bye.